Times Square with that, or the rooftops at least. Hi, you know. Why do I have a top fans here? There's a leaderboard. Huh. Well, I can't stream for longer than an hour. I'm the top fan of TC. He does all the racial slurs I couldn't even think of. Who can make it, the word "sir" racist? It's what comes after. You know, he's the greatest racist of all time. Let me tell you why. There's a like you know. Look, you're on. Click the top fan. 3.0. I thought you were 2.0. That's dangerous, Efron. Once you do 3.0, you make a triangle. I've told you this. You can have three totally disparate people. For example, you, me, and Elon Musk. You do your thing, I do my thing. Elon does his thing. In between us three is Trump, like someone who looks reasonable. Do you understand this? You could war with Elon, I could war with Elon, you can war with me. It makes Trump stronger. You should know this. Now, once you go to 4.0, I don't know. Nobody even messed with you as 2.0. You're gonna make the color gray great again, because like, hi Hebron. I know you told me, yeah. Why don't you go yell at pigeons, or don't flip out? Hey birds, don't flip out. Yeah, don't flip out. It's not like you don't flip upside down while flying for some reason. That's Elon. Hey Elon, faggot, you homosexual with your so-called cover story of 20 kids. He's a huge faggot. Come on. And there's some people who are merely homosexual. That guy's a faggot, man. He wants to burn. Like, in you go, pedo. He always bites off more than he can chew. Isn't that great? Elon Reeves Musk. Like, I don't know. So anyway, I advertise in the bust is basically me. I'm doing a live stream where, here you go, guys. A live stream where I'm just denying all these gay men because I'm a happily married straight breeder. The hard part is the breeder. I haven't done breeding, you know? And I think Hebron just came in here to get the #1 crown. You could do this if you envy like somebody like Mike. He has 45,000 points. That's a crown well earned. But if you start a stream and it's like you're in good with the person first, and then you're the #1, and I'm just gonna do my so-called, like back then when America was founded, it's like, look, we only speak English here, but the Catholics is like, it only works if you speak in Latin. We don't care. Who says we want to work? We want to be lazy in America all day. So every time you say the Our Father, the Ave Maria, it's like satanic language. It's not really. It's just a way of saying like, I don't like you. That's fine. Like, I don't like a lot of things. Hebron's probably left the chat. Let's test this theory. And then he found a way to influence Trump and Musk unofficially. You know what I mean? Not that he's in charge. It's like basically, sometimes your creations take care of you. But that's the best thing you could ever say to me. No denied, Because I got a badge from Elon Musk through his AI. I was like, can I work for Tesla? No, denied. But he signed it. Why would I work for Tesla? I work for Fiesta in America, and that's how I'm gonna die. I have a Fiesta in America T-shirt, uniform. I know where my bread is buttered. And just like those guys in the border, it's like I'm just the driver. If you wanna like find somebody, there's the company number. You call that. I can see your badge. You can see my car number. You can contact the website. No problem. We have defense attorneys too. Anything I do on company time, the company will defend me. Personal, who is that? No. I thought I was gonna get ticketed for like, legal parking. I got booted once. I have to wear my handicap thing. So anyway, it's been 5 minutes, and then they have this all new thing, top fans. Make sure you guys don't get a parking ticket. The last time the FedEx guy, I couldn't do shit, man. It's like, come on, man. First offense? Nah. I just salute. Ow! Stop it. So, while you're here, I'm going to just do that, the forbidden Latin word. It's not satanic. It's just, you just don't like it. I speak English just fine, by the way. You know? Here, like in New York, if you don't speak English, the cops are going to tell you, like, you're going to learn. Just stand over there. Oh, yeah, I tried Bryant Park Yoga. They told me, sir, we know now what you're doing. Please don't do that. Like, all the people were bending over, and it's just like, and I was pretending to be doing yoga. If you want to do yoga, sir, go inside. I was like, nah. But I have to keep this area clear. And I told the lady, is like, tell your supervisor, kids could get, like, blinded here. Here, if you want to see, like, Times Square yoga, I'll get one of the birds to bend over. But making them wear yoga pants is what we call animal abuse. Wait, hey, Gallus, domesticus. See, this is a pigeon, right? It's a domestic pigeon. It used to be a rock dove. So basically, like, do you know Batman the Drowned? If you're a comic book nerd. I notice Sky is getting more and more arrogant. I want you to bring Sky up to high wisdom arrogance, where he's threatening everybody. He's like, hey, Johnny, where do you live for real, though? Of course. They'd have to be stupid. Just like, hey, it's the guy with a camera. They're all bending over. But here's the thing, Gallish. You film Muslims like praying to Mecca, and that's not a big deal. It's mostly dudes, right? And on that, like, her name is Shayla Quinn. A lot of photographers were near me. I said, look at, like, these photographers earn $1 trillion. And they told me, nah, we do more billions. It's like, well, that's a start, right? And I said this thing is like, if Islam was all about 5 times a day, hot girls in yoga pants bending over like that, I don't mind that. That's a good religion in my book. Holy crap. Do you see that? This thing is like doing sap. I've never seen trees do sap. This is fucking great. I feel like I'm in Canada. Maple syrup and shit. That's the first time this tree ever done that. I've been here over like 30 years and shit. In the Bronx, there's like fruit trees that you were primarily ceremonial, decorative. Now they're bearing fruit. People go nuts. Gallus, come. The next one who pecks this is Gallus domesticus. Look how brave you are, dude, as a pigeon. You're a little scruffy, though. And then the other ones are trying to push against. But you're like, that's probably Sky. Hey, Sky. This is day 2 of Gallus, like, being written all over. Do you know what 718 is? It's the area code for, New York, a lot of boroughs. It's also a big crew, And then the thing is, wherever you are, all you need is a marker and just write 718. Even if, like, on a grocery list, it's like, and then somebody swats you, it's like, what does this number mean? That means I need 718 pickles. Why? Do you even care? Yeah. I chose to make it a religious thing, If it's okay to show Muslims a bad light, or they're blocking all the roads with and sniffing assholes and they're all men, fine. Now, but when it's all hot girls doing yoga, the smell is irrelevant, It becomes a visual thing. And according to Bill Murray on SNL, Girl on Girl is still the most popular porno of all time. Gallus, Busters. So I noticed you went into the thing. Yeah, do it. Like, Vague was doing great. He has a really nice computer. It's like I'm doing like city planning. Little does Vague know he's rebuilding the deadly circle of sloth in hell for me. I took one look. He's doing a great job. And it's like, have a great rest of your day. At that point, I got demoted from sloth, being too lazy to work, to fucking Satan for real. I just peek in. You guys are doing the work? All right. What would you say is your greatest vice? I think you just care too much, man. You know about what you say. It's like I'd ask you if Sky came in, ban him. It's like no, he's my boy. Fine, you. It's like Optimus Prime saying you can't touch all these humans. Megatron, they're mine. All right, you greedy bastard. You've adopted Sky. Here it is. Here's the wrath right now. You know what I mean? Like, some people have their own thing. So the world told me your greatest thing is wrath. You know what I mean? Like people want to fight. You know? So you're a fighter. I didn't think you were a fighter until the world confirmed. Alcohol? I guess. Abigail. Why don't you call it Abigail? Say it for me, It was like, if you're such a drunk, then you have your favorite drinks. Herb has Four Loco. So why don't you call it Abigail? Like, give it a girl's name. Here, I'm going to show you. This is my drink, Abigail. Like, she's wore the Java Monster Coffee Energy. Abigail, don't be ridiculous. How can it be your greatest vice? It's just a thing. It calls to you, it speaks to you, but you can throw it away. Wrath is your greatest vice. Don't lie to me, Gallus. If you don't get your alcohol, you get angry. That's what wrath is all about. And then you have your net worth, What's your net wrath? It's not wrath, it's alcohol. It's fucking alcohol. Sure, but it's also wrath. In order to make alcohol, somebody had to be angry. There's nothing I can drink that makes me feel better. And they got wrathful. This is how I handle wrath, I seen these guys like deliver every fucking day reliable as clockwork. But they got rules. If you don't do it right, they're gonna get mad. That's the first time I ever heard them raise their voice. Most times 90, 100 bags of shit, they carry it, no complaint. But if you do it wrong, you're gonna hear some words. It's the union. And that's without a megaphone, actually. With a megaphone, you're gonna hear it. It's like good neighbors. See, you hear this, right? Yeah. I'm in the union, pal. That's what Sky says all the time. You pay your dues, you do it all, and then you get chastised. How come you didn't tell them? How come you educate them? I did, they didn't listen. I like to hear him talk because this is the first time. He should run for mayor, that's what I think. That's what I say. Nobody listened to me, though. It's somebody who knows all the things, and then I'm the people's candidate. I'm the union candidate. All I can do is I vouch. I've been sitting here feeding the pigeons every morning. They do it without complaint. Today's the first, and you're allowed to complain. This is New York. What do you think we are? Chicago? 6 months here, you are a New Yorker. New York is a union, actually. Me, I keep quiet because I'm mousy. I can't lift 90-pound bags, 300 every day. Do I look crazy to you? Look at this. Look at my muscle, man. Can't do it. No technique, nothing. Make all your money, but follow all the rules. Don't give stress to the guys who help you. That's why sometimes they refuse to take garbage for 3 weeks. You know the rules. Nothing like this or that it made the clink. You just kick it. Yeah, you didn't follow the sorting. Don't make me do extra work. Unless you're good at tips. Some of them rich people with $100 bill, take care of all this for me. It's gonna be a regular thing. No problem, sir. The tips union, mad strong. You put $100 in somebody's pocket, they make $45 an hour. They'll do extra work for you, I'll tell you that. You take care of me, I'll take care of you. Right now, all I can do is moral support, but still. See? And I get the benefit of hearing people yell at other people. What works and what doesn't work. You know? If I don't get corrected, like if he comes up next to me, and another thing, that's not gonna happen. He got a root. So you're mad quiet, Gallus. Why aren't you? You're supposed to be the best man. How's Sky doing? You need to be arrogant like that. It's like I'm working at the weed store part two. There's a sequel always sucks usually, but with me in charge, it's not gonna suck. This time I learned from all my lessons. It's just like doing like Sophie's Choice too. Well, it's got to be this one. You know what I mean? People rely. Like I look at this, I've seen shit in here. They can put couches here, and if they do it right, somebody has to lift the couch. Yeah, you catch people when on the start of the shift, they will bless you. Catch them on the end of their shift, they'll curse you. Make sure you meet people, greet people at the beginning of their shift. Make their job easier. It's just like going to the club. Sure, you can bribe the guy in front of all the people. Oh, wow, he's rich. On your way out, bribe them. That way they'll remember you, on your way out, when nobody gives them money at all. It's like you give a bouncer 20 bucks on your way out, they'll remember you. If the front lady says, I don't know you, like, yeah, he's our friend. Just make sure, on your way out, when people is tired, give them don't give them hassle at least. If that's all you can do, don't be in their way. There's three things: lead, follow, or get out of the fucking way. Me, I get out of the way. I'm tiny. How could I stop anybody? I tried blocking the thing at the Grand Central. It's just like smoke, and the guy's like, "Sir, the customers don't appreciate smoke." I'm watching like some kid talk to 5 cops by himself from Europe, convincing them that his bag doesn't have cadavers. I was like, so that's how it's done. Yeah, well, yes. If you want brains, you go to the strip club, it's like 20 bucks. Or I bet you $10, I know what you're thinking. It's a game, they empty your wallet. But be nice to service personnel. You're one, you're in the union. You know how this goes. If one guy doesn't do the job, everybody's held up. Me, I do some littering, you know. Like in New York, it's $50 fine if you feed the pigeons. However, I stop genocides, so they give me a pass. You shouldn't feed the pigeons. Morning, boss. And it's like I tell them, I shouldn't start a genocide, right? Okay, do what you want. This is just to calm my ass down. Birdsong reduces the cortisol level in my brain. So, I guess. I don't know. I haven't received a single fine. You ever watch Goodfellas? And then, the Bobby De Niro talks to his son, is like, explain this. Your teacher said you haven't been to school. And then, they bring in the mailman. It's like, from now on, you don't deliver mail from this school to this household. You know what I mean? Again, I watch a lot of mafia movies. You got it. I'm Catholic. We do Ave Maria. It's like Ave Mafia. Oh, wow. Anyway, you're like, you wear the troll badge with the Cleveland Indians. And Herb's in Cincinnati. Every time he says that, fucking Cleveland people. You know what Vivek did? Is like he put I'll show you guys. I'll walk over to where Vivek paid money. So it's like, you hate New York, Mamzani or whatever is gonna be there, move to Ohio. I'm gonna take a walk with you. It's a very popular thing in New York. Take a walk with me. If anything happens, then like if I get hit by a bicycle, that's Natalie Portman. But if she's nice to me today, if I caught her in the beginning of her shift, she probably won't send more than 5 bicycles. Normally she sends like 10. But, it's not that she can't attempt to murder me, but she'll half-ass it, and so can you. Like your job is to be Sky's best friend. You could half-ass it. Oh, my boy. Oh no, he got run over by a truck. I'm gonna cry a lot at his funeral. Irish and flips. All right, yeah. No, I can't do the Irish thing because it's too high registered. I'm more of aligned with the Scottish. However, you do have a thing. Herb's Irish. I mean, I could go all stereotypical. Moons, clovers, rainbows. But my voice hurts. I prefer, like, hey, foreign man, there's a line. That's the lower register. I can't do the high pitched Irish. This is not good. I can't do it. Catholic, yeah, of course. I'm Catholic. I can't do the high register. The black Irish have a better thing because their pitch goes all the way. It's like, that's not my job. I'm like, yeah, it's not. you know? This? Nah. I tried rolling my own cigs. Then it became a second job. You ever do that? If someone tells you, hey pal, you're Irish, that's your job. I'm American, motherfucker. That's a second job. I watched a Ralphie May comedy, and he's like, I don't care what you are, I'm fat. You're American. End the story. Then he died. Why would I hand roll cigarettes like a fucking slave? You're a master, I'm a master. Why work? I would rather walk with a master than work. That shit's stupid. You alone, actually, in all the bus, can understand this. I fire around with Herb and Hevron, but somebody who's like just tired and angry all the time, that's what being Irish is all about. They call you potato, you know what I mean? I've been called the N-word 3 times by 3 separate black people, and the last guy did it 50 times. I was like, are you giving me orders or what? And I had to make a game out of it. It's like, listen, you call me that so many times, I call you Batman. I'm Joker. Call me 50 times the N-word in front of all the people. It's like me being called, you watch Forrest Gump? It's like, don't salute me, assholes. They're snipers. You salute an officer, I get shot in the head. Do not call me the N-word that many times. They're gonna get angry. He ain't even black. You're black. Why you calling him that? And I'm gonna save that for Joe. He's the master of inappropriate racism. Joe actually did so many drugs or deliveries. He believes I'm actually like black. And I look at him as like, Joe, you should see an optometrist, a psychiatrist, seek medical help. I am not a black fellow. He refuses to. He's trying to change me from black to Asian. That's the most hilarious I've ever seen. I'm going to show you like Mom Donnie's thing, or where is this motherfucker? See, I'm walking in Times Square and shit. I will see a Hasid, and I'll call him like, come nearer, please. Mr. Hasidic man, just look into the camera. What did you call me? Nearer. You were far away, now you're nearer. Where the fuck is it? I think it's over there. But, since this is a video thing, right? A lot of these are video things, TikTok, that. New York's all about, like, video billboards. For a second, Vivek Ramswani or whatever said, if you think that, Mamzani, Zoltan, whatever, is going to be like a socialist, then come move to Ohio. Leave New York and come to Ohio. I am a bolo knife, actually. You ever see a walking, talking bolo knife? You fought Filipinos before, right? Only someone who, where are all your hidden weapons? Oh, you've been there. People who don't know probably engage me, but you give me a healthy respect, and since you do, I have to give you a healthy respect, sight unseen. If you claim Irish, you're the most Irish man I've ever met in all my life, in ways quite unlike as ever before. But if you're like, let's say, an Indonesian pretending to be Irish, go down ya. That's a real compliment for some people. Like Filipinos are third world, whatever. But if you've seen like those knife fighting videos, it's like when you talk to the police, oh this little thing, yeah, I use it to make toy guns. It's my friend. It's how I make money, so I can pay my taxes. La 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 la. It's a toy. Then you see him like do practicing. By the way, slice, slash, stab, 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 stab. A bolo knife is about this long. Why does your thing like two times? I really don't know. Like when I go to Timcast or Alex Jones, sometimes there's a delay. Like they hold my messages and then post it. If you're the same, they're like, check it for any bombs. Nope. Okay, send it. Yeah, that's the thing. If alcohol is your greatest vice should be like, Jeff Goldblum. Here's Jeff Goldblum like helping you through your alcohol addiction, let's say. And then he hides. It's like, Jeff Goldblum was never there. He was though, I was looking. Motherfucker. He'll come back. Yeah, well, I can see why. You just wrote that shit is wild two times in my chat. I know you only did it once. So that means the government's backing you. Sometimes just like, the Bourne identity, Jason Bourne, this is like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so confused right now. Please elaborate. 5 people are dead on the floor. Did I do that? Oh, you're deep state? You could say Palestine. I need somebody to rule Palestine for real, Gallus. If you know anybody at all better, like Sky, point the way. When I come into the bus, just like, point at Sky. Or just like say something interesting. Hi, Sky. Tell us more about the weed store, like that. Here's the thing. Because of your immense respect for me, whatever you claim in my chat or online, I'll back you. You could say I'm fucking Donald Duck, quack, and be like, all right, sounds like fun. You could say you're the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I'll be Uncle Phil, I just want to see what happens next in this thing. So I have some bread. I'll bring you to the, this is where Shayla Quinn, the Times Square thing. The thing is, you have to get a permit to do these yoga events, So if you want to do like a Gallus Domesticus Appreciation Day, you're going to have to apply for a public parade permit or something. Yeah, okay, so you guys are like basically, you want to see Sky? This is Sky. See that? That's Sky. That's his soul. Okay? That dude just smiled at me like, you still talking to Gallus? All right. I can be like flagrantly, flamboyantly homosexual and black. Just like the picture of Dorian Gray. That friend that you talk to or Skype with or voice IP or video chat or like go bowling with, that's not the real guy. His soul escapes. You gotta bring him back. You gotta talk to him like, that's a black dude in a dress. He looks white. It's like an Oreo. Black on the outside, white on the inside. But I've asked a lot of white people, what is white on the outside and black on the inside? They can't agree at all. There's nothing. What is white on the outside, but really black on the inside? You couldn't tell me other than like a bowling ball. And a bowling ball is pointless. So asking white people for help is pointless. I just try to entertain you guys. But if you want to put Sky as Will Smith, you're Carlton. I'll be, who's the girl? Ashley or something, the youngest? Well, Carlton, there's a bully in school and he makes me feel bad all the time. I'm not even black, dude. I'm not even. Oh, yeah. So that's white collar crime. But what is the physical thing? Like, Recently, they promoted me to banana from Twinkie. I'm yellow on the outside, soft on the inside. That's Twinkie. Then they bumped me up to banana. I have a tougher skin now, but I'm like white on the inside. Fine, whatever. What is white on the outside, food wise, but black on the inside? You know, you're gonna say bonbons. I tried all this shit. I really couldn't tell you. It's just like a Black Clan member. That was unexpected, you know? And it's just too easy and simple. You, you're a master. You're supposed to come up with like confectionery of food, like a big boss, you know? It's like we're asking for help. What's that thing that you like that is white on the outside but black on the inside? And it's a snack. I don't remember because you don't remember. The fuck is it? No, biscuits and gravy, that's brown on the outside, white on the inside. You need to really drink, eat black gravy? What the fuck is this shit? You know? Something appealing. And you notice you're a crown right now, number one. You know? In royalty, it's like, Your Highness, what the fuck do you want to eat? You're drunk off your ass, and you're like, I can tell you need to vomit. What do you want to eat? I could give you a coconut, but it's like, it's got to be white on the outside. I can take some black chocolate and put a white chocolate layer, but it seems contrived. It's not natural. A banana is natural. A Twinkie is not natural, but delicious. Fine, biscuits and gravy, if that's what you really want. You know, if you know Jim Cramer, bye, bye, bye. I just take your biscuits and gravy, the first letter is B, the last letter is Y, and I put a U for the horseshoe theory. And I'll go buy some, I guess. Although I can make some. Gravy is like, semen, and biscuits is whatever. You're like literally the worst royalty of all time. You know? You're like this, basically you and Sky, right? I don't know which one is you. I think Sky is this one, the one on the left. And as you like, biscuits and gravy, biscuits and gravy. And Sky's like, I know the answer. Gallus, will you stop? Do you see how retarded you are, Gallus, as an Irishman? And he's an American. I'm Irish. My head's on 90 degrees. Will you stop? You know? That's why you guys are best friends. Speaking of, hey Don, this is why. Daughter, I found this picture on the internet. Who the fuck is this pixie nose? I'm prepared for all kinds of things, you know? It's an O face. Unleash all your semen. Ah. I like this one. Yeah. So is a mouse in a gerbil. If you heard stuff. I like reading this because, I can only make it like, yeah. All right, I'm going to just do this sideways. I have a question. Please, people, please answer me. Am I on television on some like weird ass Truman Show type deal? And if so, am I going to get paid from the cable network or the publishers? And then I do a no denied, no bud. Ignored God and removed him out of the equation? Where's the wonder in being a whore for power? Disgraceful. Know everything we face is learning, for growth, for power, in discipline and grace. Give all your fucks to Jesus Christ, true master and true king, who will wield your fucks like a scythe. Hello, Richard Gere. Did you say hi? Hola, balalo. If you want to, show you're angry, say, Shukran Isa. That means thank you, Isa. That means you acknowledge Jesus was just a man, but a better man than all the other Arabs. And then they fight. That's why I said you have more wrath inside you than any other buster. You hide it behind a smile. You need Sky to be like, I'm his friend, so don't, and then suddenly people have broken knees around you. It was Sky, he's in the mood. I'm the nice one. Hey, Noah, what's so appealing about a Mendez stream? I do it just because, I feel like it. I was put out of my normal corner, and the birds still appeared. I was like, this is the one place pigeons don't flock. I look up, there's like 90 trillion pigeons. How's Nigeria? Hey, Forrest. Good thing like you didn't get flooded out, man. That's the best part about Westchester and northern parts. Like, there's mountains and shit. You get to see all these people. Texas, yikes, flooding, huh? Imagine that. Building cities near the coast where it floods all the time, and then a flood happens. A lot of white people are angry. It's like, people died. Yeah, that's not my fault, man. I know. Sky's looking like a fucking choir boy. He is my partner. Only I can restrain Gallus from talking. That's why you're on wrath, not pride. I really wish you took a little bit more pride in your work like Force does, Gallus. Obviously, the wrath has controlled you. You're under his thumb. Pride is like Force, Yeah. Like, Force comes in here once in a while. The first time, when I was talking, somebody was like, hey, you're Filipino, right? Joe Coy, Joseph. And then Force happened to be in the stream, was like, yeah, I wanted to do that. It just happens. The pride of like, I want it, I need it, give it to me. It's mine. I know. But see, we're on a hill. We're on a mountain, dude. It can rain all day on a mountain. Shit flows downhill. When it rains in like the northern parts, it's like basically all the homeless shit flows downhill. You know what I mean? To the valleys. And the valley people are like, why did this happen, God? Maybe you shouldn't live in a place that regularly floods like the Nile. Get some irrigation in there, Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know how to swim. I'll tell you all my phobias. I'm afraid of heights. I don't know how to swim. I'm not good enough to remember my mom and continue all her legacy. And I'm letting all you down. These 4 fears should be enough for you to dominate me. But I'm sloth in all this. I'm too lazy to feel completely afraid when I'm surrounded by 6 vices. Just like 7 days a week. I'm just one day. Whatever I can't fix. Like, look at this. Freakier Friday. It reminds me of Ricky Fondo. You know? That's something Norm Macdonald didn't, Hitler died. I didn't even know he was black. Here's Norm. Norman Macdonald as his sticker. Canada. Established 1867. True North, strong and free. Yeah.
So when I started,
I was right using my New York City. Norm. But see, if you use a pen, it doesn't stick. I didn't really do anything. You couldn't even see it. This thing is this is one of Force's greatest trolls of all time. He just thought of something. I want people to get mad. And then these guys paid $300,000 to put their message from an astrologer, and I caught it right away. I'm an Aries. That's not how you spell diligent. Murder is a art, trolling is a art. It's supposed to be an art. Pisses me off. It's like a pickle, gentlemen. Gentlemen, we're in a pickle. Also, there's ghosts in Zuccotti Park. They whispered to me. Enough of all that shit. So I'm glad you're all here. You can see the top fans. New York, Florida man is already at top. Wow, that was quick. Gallus became number three. How the fuck did that happen? Gallus was talking all this stuff, and then Florida Man just popped in and is like, boom, number one. You see that shit? So there's some words that is like you found a way to bypass my word filter that brings you up to number one. There's some words I don't allow. You instinctively wrote stuff that just sidestep it. Like a guy hopping around a Gaza landmine. You must have been the ones who put the landmines there for us. You know? There's always some dude is like, yeah, we just like Iron Man and Spider Man. It's like, if I were you, where would I put the suit? Oh, in the ceiling. That's why you're the greatest troll. Yeah, but they asked for a refund. Ah, no, I'm just kidding. They tell me Don wasn't that good. We raped him, but still unresponsive. And I was like, you're a ghost. He can't really touch you. You touch him, and and you're complaining about unresponsive humans. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Anything I can do you for, I'm glad you fixed your internet. He bullied all the lumberjacks. Like, I'm a tree, motherfucker. Come chop me. And then he got his internet working in HD. That means he can stream in HD 60 frames per second. And there's a lot to observe. Like, if his books started floating and levitating, his place is haunted. But so far, so good, Ghost herpes. Best get some ghost sulfa. Yeah, it's not like apparently ghosts have STDs. That adds a new wrinkle to the afterlife. Hey sailor, your dad, you have AIDS, right? Not only AIDS. Hey, one of you in chat write, not only AIDS, just so I can laugh about it. There's 7 of you. All right, Gallus, go to sleep. You're drunk off your ass. You drink like shots and shit. Try Everclear and milk, just for the experience. If your greatest vice really is alcohol, and believe me, you don't want to be beaten by a 5'4" Filipino. I had to do that shit for work. A shot of Everclear and a shot of milk at the same time. Instant cheese, let me tell you that shit. The best part about being Catholic is all Catholic priests is like, the time is now 3 a.m. Sir, it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, but Jesus says 3 a.m. I still have 6 hours of sleep left. Go back to sleep, Gallus. Oh yeah. You think you're hot shit until you take a shot of Everclear. First by itself, and then with milk, and then Tabasco, and then I don't know, Frank's Red Hot sauce. It doesn't improve the taste. It's 100% alcohol. It's like, oh my God. It actually ruins the other fluid. Why is that? Does this happen every time? Why, yes, it does. Good night. Yeah, I'll allow it, brother. If you insist on calling me brother, all hail Gallus 718. Yeah, you have a place here. But once you're here, like David Sebastian, New York will give you a reason to stay. And it's like, I've been here 6 months, tried to escape New York. Kurt Russell couldn't do it. Neither will you. Not only AIDS, but I also have dwarfism. That's why you're a judge, man. Judges come up with rendered verdicts. So these black teens broke into somebody's house, rubbed their feet, and unscrewed all their jars. 10 years in a federal penitentiary. I have spoken. Appeal my judgment all you like. That shit sounds fucked up. That's another thing. Somebody say, do the math, and a little child shall lead them in justice and in freedom. Do the math. And it's like, I don't want to do math. Well, you're gonna. And, anything with Gallus in it, shortens the stream, because pretty much he's a master of shit. So I just tell him, and then when he wakes up, it's like, oh, I know what Nate meant, and then he'll just go to work. It's a lot harder talking to masters than slaves. Jesus said that. No longer are you called whatever, my apostles. You're my friends. You talk to my dad. He'll confuse the shit out of you. If Gallus talks to my dad directly, tell me all that Nate's been doing. He's done nothing but live stream. Snitch! Or say you're unable to cat sit. There's always two ways to say no. Stepmom, I haven't seen you in porn at all. Let's make some. In fact, Dawn, since you like saying things that rendering my judgment, so just write in my chat, let's make some, and then you can add your own judgment. You see that? Cute doggy. And you look like, basically mullet and mustache, biting hurricanes, and then you're worried about your stepmom. How fearsome is this stepmom? Now say, I am a Negro too. What's a navel? A navel is like a Negro, isn't it? I am a Negro too. Say it. She can be Vermont. Why don't you say you're a judge in Vermont? You're a judge. You're supposed to intentionally mishear things. I've studied Phoenician. As a judge, you're supposed to be like, I do not consent. There's like 5 ways to say yes. I do not consent. Yes, 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 yes. Sounds like you're objecting. You're just agreeing 5 times. She can be violent. 7 yeses. Yes, 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 yes. It's not that you're complaining or need help. You're just like bragging. There's a joke, This rabbi goes into confession booth and it's like, hey, you're a priest, right? Catholic priest? I just got a blowjob from a Catholic schoolgirl. And why did you come to a Catholic booth to confess? Confess? I'm bragging. In your face, Catholic priest. Okay. That's why Jews don't have confession booths. They just go to a wall. Lord, forgive me. Okay, now I'll do more crimes. Yeah, wailing wall bullshit. You gotta nerf that. Remember, I don't want to be this kind of guy, but you did swear an oath to the Constitution to maintain and uphold the law, blah. Stepmom people, stepmom priest. That's all I'm going to say. Act like a priest. Say, I'm a priest in Florida. The priest and judge don't share any letters at all, unless you count the letter E. And that's all. What you say, judge, I hear priest. Yeah. When Gal is sleeping, I can stretch out this live stream a lot longer. Either he quits or I quit. The first time yesterday, he made me quit. Now he's like, whoops, I'm tired. I'm pooped. Some people can't do more than just like be a one-day expert. If you did it right, why would there be a second day? Just like taking a welcome to Sarcasm 101 with Matthew Perry as a teacher. I'll see you all in Sarcasm 102. Then he died. Okay? See y'all later. I'm bored again.